So I make a lot of my own pills, and I use only kava to make kava pills because I found that the industry provided stuff was adulterated with too many add-on fillers and the like. Didn't have the pure product I was looking for, which is kava. So here I have size 0 gelatin caps. I'm going to be using them with this system that I ordered on eBay. It's made in China. I'll show you what it looks like in its totality as we go through it. So you have to separate your capsules into the small side and the large side. You're doing 100 at a time, so you can count them out, or you can just go and estimate and add on as you need to. The first thing you have to do is, I've already done a batch, so that's why you see a little bit of a mess here, is they have a base stand that comes with it, and this is the spring stand, I call it. Okay. I like to work on a tray though to keep everything clean, so I put this in a tray. This powder is very fine and it gets everywhere, at least this particular kava. Some kava is a little chunkier, but this is very fine. And it goes airborne and spreads around pretty easily. Alright, you do this. Then you take the, I don't know what you call this. I call it like the insertion tray. It's the pill agitator that's supposed to put these pills in the slots upright, but of course in all the videos you see on YouTube you won't see that. They'll cut away after they've done this. But you start with this large size first. The large size is going to end up in this string tray, so you just pour them in. And then in theory you swirl it around and they're supposed to all end up. Now this edge here is cut open on the tray. I put a piece of tape there just so I don't have to hold it. Like you'll see on the videos, they hold it like this. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. So you swirl this guy around until you think they're all pretty much in there. And then you'll find that they don't line up perfectly like they do in the video. So the next thing you're going to need is a pair of tweezers. Any tweezers will do. And you're going to manually go in here and place them into the vacant holes that did not get a capsule when you were swirling it. So you wander around, you look for places. It's not as automated as they make it appear when you're looking at the YouTube videos, but it goes relatively quickly. So if you have the right tools, so just make sure you have a tweezer handy. So we just put these in their spots. Helps to have a good overhead light while you're doing this, so you can see the refraction of the light, or the reflection, so you can see quickly that which holes are empty and which ones aren't. Now you'll also find that some of the capsules went in upside down, and the dome shape is facing up, which is incorrect. So what we're going to do then is, here's an extra one here. Looks like they're all filled. I see none that aren't filled. Oops, I just popped one out. Wow, how did I do that? That was pretty amazing. Alright, put that back in there. I got one empty one here, so I miscounted. I didn't get to 100. So, you take a... Oh no, here it is, sticking out. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so basically you have to study it. It's not as quickly as you'd think, but you're doing 100 at a time, and it's amazingly fast. This is a phenomenal system. I had the other system, the smaller one like this, and this one here is 1,000 times better. Okay, so we have a couple of domes here that are facing up. So what I'll do here is I'll remove the agitation tray, and then I'll use a Q-tip. If I can find my Q-tip. I just used it a minute ago for the other. Oh, here it is. I'll take a Q-tip. I'll just moisten the tip. I'll use it to pick up the ones that are upside down and just pull them out. You can use any other tool you think will do the job. Again, this is the headache part. But it goes relatively quickly. Again, you're making 100 at a time. So that's a good thing. There are tools you can buy that, like scale modelers use them. They have like a a resinous tip that makes this process probably a lot easier than using a Q-tip where you have to keep moistening it, but I don't have one of them right now, so come on, get out of there. I don't know if you can hear the music. I'll give a little plug. The music that you're listening to is called Yacht Rock. That's Y-A-C-H-T-R-O-C-K on Pandora. Plays a great selection of 70s music. Anyway, now that I have them all flipped back so they're in a proper orientation, I'll look through them real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, everything's good. Alright, next thing I'll do is I'll place this aside. Next piece you need is this flat. Now they come in different colors, but this flat, this could be green depending on the set you buy, or it'll be blue. There's also going to be another one that's orange, and the orange is consistent through all the color sets, so I'll tell you what this is for in a little bit. But this will either be green or blue. I bought the blue set, so you set this in the tray. This is going to be what holds the small side of the capsule. So again, you place the agitation tray in on top of that, and you take the short side of the capsules and you just pour them in. And again, we're going to swirl it around. Oops, I messed up. I picked it up. Oh well. Let's just do this. Here's what we'll do. Let's start from square one. That's why I use a tray. It's so much better. Recover from these mistakes. Okay, let's try this again. I'm looking for the blue tray. What did I do with it? Okay. Oh, it's inside. Well, good that you see all the mistakes I'm making, so maybe you'll recognize them before you get down this path. So, okay, this goes down. Goes on top. You can see that there's Chinese lettering here. That's the top of it. Same thing here, Chinese lettering. In fact, you know what? I think the problem was I couldn't pick this up out of this tray, so I'm going to leave this tray aside. Okay, takes care of that. Let's do some swirlies now. So. Okay, that's about all we're going to get. And again, now we're back to the tweezer, where we're going to manually reposition the ones that didn't go into. I hope you can see this. I didn't zoom in too close. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just manually again picking out the ones that need to go in the empty holes. These are going to be the tops. These will not be getting filled with any material. You're going to end up flipping this over and mating it to the large half of the capsule that is going to receive the material that you're making your fills with. Oops, no, that one decided to nest. Again, you do need good lighting so you can see where all these things are sitting. Okay, so now I have a handful of these guys that did go dome up, so again I'm going to use my Q-tip. I have found a better tool for this. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If somebody has better ideas, say, let me know in the comments below. Always want to learn. Nobody knows everything, right? Someone once said there are 3 things in life you never waste. It's time, talent, or a chance to learn. So teach me if you know a better way. Alright, almost got them all done. Gosh, there's a lot of them. Maybe in the Chinese videos, when they're demonstrating this product, they're using a different kind of a capsule. I mean, they are using color capsules for illustration purposes, but maybe there's a difference in the thickness. I don't know. Make sure there's no more dome up. All these cavities are filled with another one. Dome up. Okay, now we're done there. Now you can remove the agitation tray. You won't be needing this again. Put this down. Now you're going to use your flipping tray, whatever you want to call this thing. It locks those in place so you can place it down later on. But right now we're just going to leave this aside. Make sure it doesn't come apart. In the early times when I was doing this, I would, just to make sure I didn't mess it up, I took some binder clamps and I would do that just to make sure that it didn't, when I was repositioning it around the room and all, get it out of the way. I didn't want any of these, I didn't want to lose things popping apart. Okay, so now I know it's not going anywhere. Okay. Now we get the spring tray that's loaded with the large capsule halves. Now here on the YouTube videos that you see on this product, they do it just like this. But there's going to be a mess. So what I did do originally, as I was using the agitating tray to fill it up and then removing the tray. The problem is that when you use the screed, which they provide with the set, and you start doing this to fill it all in, you're going to have a lot of material sitting proud of the actual pill level. So you're going to have a mess when you pull this up. So this is the first time I'm going to try doing it without this. So I'm going to see what happens. But again, I don't want to mess with all this powder. So I'm going to use a cheap, you can use another type of tray if you have one, or this is probably more readily available. So I'm going to use this cheap aluminum tray here, set that right in there. It's a perfect fit, isn't that nice? Alright, now I'm going to distribute my material onto the pills. And for this I'm using Herbal Islands Kava Kava. It's a extract, cavaloctone extract of 30%. Alright. Again, this is very fine powder. It goes airborne real easy, so sprinkle this on. Hopefully there's enough in here to do. This is great. I mean, there are other kava products that I have that are like the cavaloctones, but they're chunkier. They have moisture in them, and they take a lot more work to get into the pills. But this is powder. This is really good stuff. At least the texture is really good. I don't know how well it works yet. This is the first time I'm using this brand. All right, so then you just move it around. Get into the pills. I probably put too much down. All right. Get that in there. Pretty simple, right? Okay, once you've done your first screed, I like to try and level this out a little bit, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use their plunger to compress the material in the capsules. So they give you this thing, all these different fingers. They're smaller, much smaller than the actual capsule size. Wish they were the same size, but anyway, you just move it over to position, fit it over the capsule holes, and just punch it in a little bit. Okay, once you've done that, you go back to the screed and you fill it in some more. I really wish this had an edge around it though. I just think it would be so much better, but I understand maybe manufacturing problems cause them not to add that, or who knows. I guess you could put tape around it if you wanted to. It helps you keep your material in there. By now you're realizing this isn't as fast and simple as they make it look like on the videos. But again, the other one on the market, which is, I'll show you. The capsule machine. I mean, this is what I started using first. It's great, but if I remember, it only makes 24 capsules. Yeah, 24 capsules. So, I just wanted to do more, that way I didn't have to go through the process over and over and over again. Alright, now I got them in there. I'm going to tamp it one more time. Do the final screed, top them off. Yeah, I think I'll do it this way from now on. I won't use the agitator tray. Alright, when you're done, you just scrape off the excess into your tray. Okay. Now there's going to be some that lands on the edges on the underside. I want to clear that off, because if I don't, when I compress the two sides together to seal the capsules, this material will inhibit full closure. So okay. I think we're ready for liftoff. Alright, once you've got your capsules filled, you go back and get the flip tray with the small half that you clamped together earlier, and it's going to go down like this. There's the domes all showing now at the bottom half. Let me I'm going to clean off just around here. I'm going to use a little brush that I have handy. Just a little brush, any kind of brush will do. I want these things to mate up, because I don't want to have anything in the way. Now you're going to find out, even though I'm doing all this precautionary stuff, I don't think that the capsules are going to seal perfectly anyway, and I always go through and manually do it, which I will also show you once I'm done with this process. So I'm removing my clamps, placing this down on, and now it's just a question of pressing down firmly and evenly and filling all the capsules. You'll hear some crunching as they mate, because the capsules have like a lip and an indentation that's supposed to fit together and clamp the pieces actually together. At least these capsules do, other ones might not, but here we go. And you want to crunch it down until it's flat down in there. You see? it's all the way down. There's the screws from the other section. Now I can already tell I'm going to have to do some extra love on these capsules to get them to seal a bit, because this doesn't go down all the way. If this orange plate were thinner, it might go a little easier, but anyway, once you've done that, you've already you've sealed your capsule. So now you remove this short capsule side plate. You don't need this anymore. Now you look on here, you see how they look like they're half empty? Don't let that worry you. It's again because they didn't fully seal. And we're going to go there. Well, I'll take this and show that to you. All that capsule there. Now if you look here, there's a lot of material space up there, right? That's not going to stay there. If you look here carefully, you can see like an indentation. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Might be. So basically all you really do is you're going to finish putting this thing together like this. So you're going to have a tiny little gap of material, but you're still getting pretty much the full fill. Alright. And once you've done that, you just place it into your jar. This was the first fill. And then this one, the second one, will fill the entire jar. So pull this up. I'm going to need another tray. Need a little room to do this, but now some of these capsules might fail because they didn't fully lock down, but that's not a big deal. Turn this upside down, they're all going to fall out. Hopefully they'll stay together. Now see, some of them got deformed. This one got deformed. Okay, so these are only loosely together now because these particular capsules didn't seal properly. So now it's just a question of placing all the materials aside that you work with. And one by one, take them out, squeeze them together, and put them in your bottle. That's pretty much it. It's kind of a mess, right? But there isn't really a lot of... Listen to this thing pop. I don't know if you heard that. I'll do a couple more. Because there's a locking ring in there. But look at